Yeah, let's get it started. Can I get a mic check? Mic check. Boys and girls, happy Friday. Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. This is Lakerland, boys and girls, 7 Mitchell, and I'm in the damn building. Yes. Can we have a conversation about my boy, Dwight Howard? Y'all know Dwight Howard was on Gil's Arena yesterday, man. That was a pretty interesting show. I want to talk about a couple things Dwight Howard had to say on Gil's Arena yesterday, in addition to my thoughts on Dwight Howard and our current Los Angeles Lakers. Lakerland, buckle up. The show has definitely arrived. Smash that like button. Subscribe to the platform of Lakerland if you guys are new. Once again, I'm 7 Mitchell, 1/3 of the Lakerland staff. Shout out to Hank and BA as always. What I want to do, let me see if I can pull it up on my phone. First things first, I want y'all to hear a little bit of a clip that came from Gil's Arena. This is Dwight Howard talking about playing with Kobe. Y'all remember Dwight Howard got sent to the Lakers from the Orlando Magic. I want to say, what was this, in 2012? It was Dwight Howard, Kobe Bryant, Steve Nash, and things really just didn't go well in that first year. Remember, that was the same season, I believe, that Kobe had suffered the Achilles injury. Dwight kind of left Kobe hanging. You know, emotionally, he decided to go to the Houston Rockets. He didn't stick around. There was a big fuss about Dwight, what type of character he was by leaving the Lakers. He did come back, spin the block with the Lakers, won a championship with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. But let me pull up and let you guys listen to what Dwight Howard had to say on Gil's Arena. Let's take a listen real quick.
Because one, it's an expectation, you know, winning. He wanted to win that last one. And then two is like, shit, everybody expected me and Kobe to be like the new Kobe and Shaq. And I'm just coming off injury. I'm still dealing with all the mental shit from being in Orlando. And now I got to go to LA and I'm playing with Kobe Bryant. I watched him play. They beat us in the finals. One, I was already pissed because I had to go to LA. You know, nobody ever knew I didn't want to go to LA. You didn't want to go to the Lakers. I didn't want to go to the Lakers because I wanted to beat the Lakers. They just beat us in the finals. Yeah. So in my mind, I'm like, why would I go to the team that just beat us? I wanted to go to Brooklyn and just start my whole career over. But I got sent to LA. And I was like, man, I'm going to come back and we're going to try to win in LA. And it didn't work out. I made an emotional decision to leave. You know, so I do regret that, you know, making a decision just based on my emotions and how I was feeling about, you know, like we talked on the show yesterday, how the fans were, how I felt the organization was during that time with me and Kobe. And I didn't really make a smart, logical decision. I just made something, you know, I made an emotional decision at the time.
Wow. So that was Dwight Howard yesterday on Gil's Arena, talking about playing with Kobe Bryant, kind of giving an explanation of where his mindset was back in 2012. Now, he pretty much disclosed in this show yesterday on Gil's Arena that he didn't want to come to LA. Dwight Howard did not want to be a Los Angeles Laker. I got to talk to the boss or somebody. What is going on? But this is Dwight Howard. He said he wanted to go to the Brooklyn Nets. And I was trying to go back in time, and I was thinking around the 2012 year, what did that Brooklyn Nets team actually look like? As far as a destination that, you know, you could be the focal point, you could be the guy, especially coming from Orlando, I could understand that if that was the selfish approach that Dwight Howard wanted to take. He would have still been the man in Brooklyn. So I get that being kind of a desire for him. But overall, you're not going to win anything in Brooklyn. He didn't win anything in Los Angeles the first go round, but you're not going to win anything in Brooklyn. I'm not sure, even though Dwight Howard was a 3-4 time defensive player of the year, one of the greatest defensive players we had in this game, I'm not sure how many players would have came to Brooklyn to play alongside with Dwight Howard, knowing that Dwight would have been the number one. I don't know. I don't know too many stars. I don't know how many stars would have linked up with Dwight Howard, but take a back seat to Dwight Howard in Brooklyn. So it was interesting to hear that Dwight said he didn't even want to come to LA in the first place. And when you go back to that relationship that he had with Kobe Bryant, or lack of, however you want to define it, I respect Dwight Howard today way more than I did back then, because he's being transparent about the situation, and he's taking accountability. It was the wrong move, not so much because I'm a Lakers fan. You're a Lakers fan. Dwight Howard made the wrong move because he made his move off of emotion. And as a man, you really never should make any decisions based off of emotion. And Dwight Howard, he fessed up to that yesterday on Gil's Arena, and he talked about how that move to the Rockets, leaving Kobe and the Lakers that first go round, was really based off of emotion, and that was one of his biggest regrets in his career. So I really found it interesting. But Lakers land, what's to the Lakers organization and Dwight Howard today? Like, let's talk about it for a couple minutes. Smash that like button. I believe the link is in the live chat if you guys want to come on up and join me to talk about Dwight Howard today on this live stream. But most importantly, what's to this Lakers and Dwight Howard? Does anybody have any intel, any information on what the problem is with Dwight Howard and our Los Angeles Lakers? Because to me, I don't understand why they are not pulling the trigger on getting this guy in uniform when he's so needed by this team. This isn't about a name. I'm not going off of Dwight Howard, the Hall of Fame, or however you want to identify him as. We need a solidified big man. No debating that. What Dwight Howard brings to the table is tailor-made for the Lakers. For LA not to be pulling the trigger on Dwight Howard again for whatever reason, I feel like it's personal, but I can't pinpoint exactly what the issue is. Now, BA and Hank alluded to last week, we had this conversation. Y'all know Dwight Howard was in the middle of this sexual assault case. But that just got dropped last week. His charges got dropped last week. So if the NBA was blackballing him, or if teams was trying to stay away from Dwight Howard because of this case, it got thrown out. It got dropped. So, I would hope to see some NBA markets go for Dwight Howard. You see what he's doing over there in Taiwan. I know the competition is completely different as far as Taiwan and NBA players, but Dwight definitely seems to be in basketball shape. NBA shape may be a little bit different, but as far as basketball shape, Dwight is out there balling, giving it up. I mean, DeMarcus Cousins, for what it's worth, is still doing this thing. But I've always wondered in the back of my mind, Lakers land, why is Jeannie and Rob not revisiting the thought of bringing Dwight Howard back to the Lakers? Because like I say, as far as the position goes, he's so instrumental. He was very pivotal when the Lakers went in that championship back in 2020, in my opinion, just him playing his role, allowing Anthony Davis to play his true position, allowing LeBron James to play his true position. I don't know where you could go wrong at this point if the Lakers was to pick up Dwight Howard. Now, how many times have Dwight Howard been with the Lakers? If the Lakers were to bring back Dwight Howard this time, this would be what? The fourth time? If I'm not mistaken? Lakerland, would this be the fourth time that Dwight Howard would join the Lakers? Because he was with LA with Kobe in 2012. He came back to win the championship with LeBron and AD. If I'm not mistaken, didn't Dwight Howard play with LeBron and AD and Carmelo and them? What was that? Was he on that team? Did he come back for a third time? I want to say Dwight Howard has already been in a Laker uniform 3 times already. But this time, more than anything, boys and girls, I feel like, it's mandatory if we can afford him. Anything else, it has to be personal. I don't understand. I don't get it. It has to be some type of personal friction or something going on that they are not bringing him back. Now, if y'all remember back in, what was that, 2022, 2000, I want to say it was the 2021-22 season. Do y'all remember when Dwight Howard and Anthony Davis had got into it on the bench, on the sidelines? Do y'all remember that? Now, they kind of killed that noise like the same evening after the game. They found a way to kind of diffuse the situation. But if y'all have been watching the Lakers over the years, if y'all remember, Anthony Davis and Dwight Howard kind of got into it in the middle of a game. I don't know exactly what was the origin of the issue, but I do know they kind of kept it behind the scenes. If guys don't want Dwight Howard back in the locker room, then I can understand that. But it doesn't seem to me like Anthony Davis has such a personal problem with Dwight. It was like it was going to be him or me. I didn't get that vibe back then. LeBron and Dwight Howard, I feel like they definitely have a respect factor for each other. They know that even in this age, they could use each other. LeBron needs someone like Dwight. Dwight needs someone like LeBron. I don't understand with us needing a big so bad why the Lakers won't even consider bringing Dwight Howard back. I mean, he's shown a lot of being humble now. He's taking accountability. I don't know. I'm not asking Dwight Howard to come into a Lakers team and be an all-star or a game changer. Just fill the void. That's really all I'm asking, is that he fill the void. I think he'll get along with the guys. And watching Gil's Arena yesterday, and that's one thing I really like about Gil's Arena as well as other platforms. When we get to listen to these players talk, how they actually speak on the game and things like that, is really a breath of fresh air when you are able to, kind of lock in and listen to some of these players talk about the game of basketball, with the exception of some of the trolling and stuff. Like when Rashad McCants, when he liked to go at LeBron, I kind of turn the cheek at that. But listening to Dwight Howard, and they were explaining different things. They would talk about Rudy Gobert and the impact of him being a defensive player, how much or how good of a defensive player is Rudy Gobert, and just sitting there listening to these professional basketball players break different things down in their opinions and just the lens that they're looking from, bro. It's always fun to me as a content creator, because we're getting so many different perspectives, especially the ones that's actually on the basketball court in real time. So I say all that to say that I feel like Dwight Howard, as far as basketball IQ, he's not a dummy. Dwight showed me yesterday in that little bit of time on Gil's Arena that he definitely has basketball IQ. I'm not going to say it's the highest, but, he understands the game. He's been playing for a long time. I think the downside to Dwight Howard at this point in his career would have to be behavior off the basketball court. That might be the biggest thing. Is he going to work out? Is he going to work hard? Has Dwight Howard always been a hard worker? I would probably, preparation-wise, I would say, yeah. He's always been a hard worker. He's won a championship now. He's been to the promised land. Dwight Howard has seen the highs and the lows of the NBA. Dwight Howard has also seen the highs and the lows of social media. So at this point in his career, bro, I think Dwight should be really humble. I hear it in his speech. And now that this case got kind of thrown out of court and dismissed, I would think that the future will be nothing but bright for Dwight Howard coming back, not only to the NBA, but to the purple and gold. Does anybody in Lakerland have a problem with Dwight Howard coming back and playing with the Los Angeles Lakers? I wonder how much he wants. I wonder how much Dwight is asking for. If he was to come back to the Los Angeles Lakers, or just come back to the NBA period, I wonder how much money would Dwight be asking for, and I'm wondering, would Dwight be willing to play on a league minimum? Is Dwight chest poked out too much that he wouldn't play for the league minimum at this point? Because I don't really think the Lakers have enough money to really offer him, to be real. Got the homie BG in the building. Brian says Dwight won't get enough minutes to impact the Lakers roster. You don't think that Dwight could be plugged in as a starter at the center position, Brian? I'm feeling like Dwight Howard would get more minutes than Christian Wood. He would get more minutes than Jared Vanderbilt. He would get more minutes than Jackson Hayes. I don't know. I would think Dwight would, because he's gonna be starting. That's the hope. Don't bring Dwight Howard to the Lakers if he can't start. Let me also be clear on that. If Dwight is not good enough, and when I say good enough, I don't mean productive. I mean just being able to play the part. If Dwight can't fill the void as a starter for the Los Angeles Lakers, then don't do a deal. Don't bring him back, respectfully. I like Dwight Howard, but there's no need to bring him off the bench. The only purpose, in my eyes, to bring Dwight Howard back for this Los Angeles Lakers team is to have LeBron and AD do what they do at their true positions. Anything outside of that, the Lakers might as well just just keep their money and pray to the basketball gods that something come down the pipeline before the All-Star break or maybe the trade deadline. Brian says, as long as LeBron is on the team, AD is the center. LeBron is the power forward. That's the problem, though, BG. That's the problem. How much success has the Lakers had? I mean, look, I don't have to try to look. How much success have the Lakers had with LeBron playing the 4 and AD playing the 5? They've done that now for what, 3 years? 3 years the Lakers have done that, right? How much success have the team had? I'll wait. Western Conference Finals. If I'm not mistaken, missed playoffs or first round exit, and then another first round exit. The last time LeBron and AD played their true positions, we won a title. I don't like fixing things that ain't broken. And LeBron ass ain't getting any younger. I'm not trying to campaign and have a conversation about Father Time. I feel like LeBron is defeated Father Time. The impact that LeBron James is having at 39 years old in the game of professional basketball, we've never seen before. So in my eyes, he's already defeated Father Time. He's still a human being at the end of the day, not a machine. So playing that 4, it's going to eventually catch up to LeBron ass. And Anthony Davis, AD has accepted playing the 5, but he's never embraced playing the 5. And I don't blame him. He's a dog, AD, on both ends of the court. And I know we are really harping on how great of a defender Anthony Davis is. But Anthony Davis is not to be played with on the offensive end either. Darvin Ham really messed things up to me, bro. I'm going to keep saying it, Lakerland. Darvin Ham it has really screwed the puppy on this because we got questions that should have been answered last season that we still asking to this day. But getting back to Dwight Howard, and I'm not going to hold y'all too long, but would he fit with this Lakers team? If the news came down the pipeline later on today that the Lakers signed Dwight Howard to a 1-year deal, would you be upset? I would be jumping for joy if we were able to lock in Dwight Howard and not really have to give up the little bit of capital that we have. Come on now. Come on now. And then You look at it from the perspective of how everybody was down and out on Dwight Howard. They say he out here messing with them trannies. You know, Dwight had a lot of stuff going down off the basketball court. You think DH ain't ready to come back to the NBA with a vengeance? I'm not saying he wouldn't play his role, but I'm just talking about it just as far as being focused, you know, being willing to sacrifice, you know, play that real veteran role. Man, the White got to be ready to go. He kicking ass over there in Taiwan. There's really no need for him playing over there anymore. Like, it's just a waste of time. And it's a waste of the little bit of basketball skill that he has left. Dwight Howard, now that that case has got dismissed, he needs to be back in the NBA sooner than later. And I'm just wondering, for the life of me, why the Lakers are not doing whatever they can to try to get Dwight Howard in uniform. Unless Dwight doesn't want to be there, which I don't get that vibe. I get the vibe that the Lakers organization have a problem with Dwight Howard. I just don't understand what it is. And bringing him back, even if you're not sold on his attitude, if you feel like Dwight Howard is a quitter or something like that, I'm not going to argue with you on that. But we only want him for a year. I don't know, man. I'm just wondering. I'm going to be wondering for this first part of the season why the Lakers did not fill the void of a much needed big man by getting Dwight Howard, especially knowing that his case had got dismissed. Like I said, I really enjoyed watching him and the fellas on Gil's Arena yesterday. The IQ, just the perspective on the game, you know, it was a breath of fresh air. Wise man in the building said the White be out here with them trannies. We know what it is. I mean, that's a fact. The White be out here messing with them boys. But should that keep him out the league? As a Laker fan, I don't care. I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't bring it up none this season. It is really irrelevant if he were my team. And if he the opposition, I'm not gonna vilify Dwight Howard for what he doing off the basketball court. It's weird as hell, but I don't know. I just feel like the Lakers need him, bro. I feel like the Lakers need him big time. And if he not asking for a buku amount of money, what's the problem? Ain't nobody better. Ain't nobody better available, and there's nobody better right now on that roster to fill that void. It's not. I don't know an available big man right now in the NBA better than Dwight Howard. Available big man. Everybody's locked in. I'll take the White before I take DeMarcus Cousins. I don't want Boogie Cousins back with the Lakers. He's the guy who I'm not sold on as far as the attitude. If things go wrong, how much effort is Boogie going to bring? I don't need to be questioning that. It's too late in the game for that. I'm not going to have those questions out of Dwight Howard. So I don't know, Lakerland. I'm about to sign off, but I will be leaving you with that note. I'm going to be campaigning for Dwight Howard to come back to the Lakers. Y'all let me know if y'all got a problem with it, because I'm going to be going hard, because I don't understand why not. Do us a huge favor, guys, here at Lakerland. If you guys are on our YouTube channel, we live streaming. If you look at the live chat pinned at the top of the live chat, we have our Discord link for Lakers Land, our 24/7 Discord link. We got some exclusive debates and stuff that's about to be going down for the NBA season. So all you guys that are on Discord or have Discord, click the link that's pinned to our live chat and join our Lakers Land debate server. Unfiltered, uninterrupted. We get it popping. We're going to be really shaking a lot of things up this upcoming season for the Lakers. And I know we're going to have a lot of debates and stuff like that in our Discord that we just started. So join the Lakerland Discord. The link again is pinned on the chat. Definitely appreciate you guys joining me this morning here on the Lakerland Show. Myself, BA, and Hank. We will be back this afternoon for a full show of Lakers land, but I wanted to come at you guys this morning, as always, with my morning live streams, just to talk about Dwight Howard for a minute and engage. If you guys were able to see Dwight Howard on Gil's Arena yesterday, what was your thoughts on what he said about, playing with Kobe Bryant and the Lakers that first go round, how he kind of took an emotional stance and left, and he regrets that. But, I salute him because he took a lot of accountability and responsibility for what he did. Turn right around, he come back with the team, help us win the championship. And right now with this Lakers organization, what he brings to the table, I feel like is just needed, y'all. And I don't understand why they not really focused on getting him back, unless it's just something that we just don't know. It is what it is, Lakerland. I am Seven Mitchell. Once again, 1/3 of the Lakerland staff. Shout out to BA and Hank. Do us a huge favor. Smash that like button as we get this video out to the NBA community. Let us know in the comment section, again, what y'all think about Dwight Howard. Should he be making a return to the NBA this year? What team would y'all like to see Dwight Howard play for if he was to return back to the association? Happy Friday, everybody. Stay safe. We got an extended weekend. Monday is a holiday, so we're going to be turning up so much here on our YouTube channel here at Lakers Land. And also follow our playback room at playback.tv/LakersLand so you guys can stay in the loop and in the mix of our live podcast, as well as all of our Lakers watch parties. We be getting it popping in the playback room as well. Salute to everyone that joined me this morning here in the live chat. Y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think about DH. Dwight Howard, his thoughts on playing with Kobe. And what about Dwight Howard rejoining our Los Angeles Lakers? Derek Martin in the building. DM say Lakers should have never let him walk after that second run. Derek, did Dwight play 3 times with LA? Because me, B.A., and Hank, we had this debate, and I know he played in 2012 with Steve Nash and Kobe. I know he played with LeBron and AD in 2020. Something is telling me he came back again for a third time. Remember when Carmelo Anthony came to play with the Lakers? Wasn't Russell Westbrook? I swear Dwight Howard was on that team, or for at least part of the season or something like that. This, I believe, would be his 4th stint. I could be wrong. We got Kenya in the building. Hudson. Good afternoon. I'm assuming it's probably afternoon out there in Kenya. What is it, like a 5-hour difference? What time is it out there, Hudson, in Kenya? Shout out to Kenya. Shout out for Hudson for coming through. Welcome you guys to Lakerland. Tyrone in the building. Okay, so it was 3 times. Appreciate that he was with the Lakers. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really want to speak on all those other experiences, but just looking at now what our roster have in front of us right now, training camp is a month away. We, as the Lakers, do not have any real solidified centers on our roster. We don't have any real solidified centers. AD is the only real center on our team, and he's not even a real damn center. So Rob Pelinka has a lot of work to do. There was real slow motion over the summer, in the offseason. But in hindsight, when you look at it, let's be real, Lakerland, outside of maybe DeMar DeRozan, what moves did the Lakers miss out on that we regretting? Yeah, we didn't get Klay Thompson. So the fuck what? Who cares? I ain't tripping about not getting Klay Thompson. Valanciunas from the Washington Wizards. He would definitely fit the bill as far as a starting 5 for us, but he was asking for a lot. And I'm hearing that situation could kind of spin the block. Valanciunas could return and possibly be in another discussion with the Lakers. But, I don't feel like anything game-changing for our organization we missed out on over the summer. Yeah, we don't want people to be bored and all that type of, we want our team to make moves and shit like that. But I just feel like we would have been just chasing clout, listening to the media, listening to fans if we would have bust a move that really had no impact. If we ain't getting Kevin Durant or Kawhi Leonard or Steph Curry, then chill. Hudson, my body says 5 o'clock. Damn, it's 5 p.m. out in Kenya right now. Jesus Christ. Well, Hudson, man, I appreciate you coming through this afternoon, man. Make sure you guys subscribe to the Lakerland platform. Definitely appreciate you guys' support this morning. Ty said, I'm waiting for Orlando to get lower. And the Magic, another interesting ball club. I'm a little bit scared that I know I was last year that D'Angelo Russell was going to leave the Lakers and go to Orlando. I don't love D'Lo, but I like D'Lo. I don't feel like there's a better available facilitator out there right now for the Lakers. I don't like this D'Angelo Russell, Austin Reeves thing anymore. I'm done with that. But I really don't want to see either one of those guys leave. But Orlando is definitely looking good. I thought that if D'Lo did go to Orlando in the offseason, they would have been a possible a team to be looking at as a threat in the Eastern Conference. Maybe not to go to the final round, but just to put some respect on that name. I think they would be able to build a decent culture in Orlando. I think they're coming. Ty, appreciate the sub, man. Definitely appreciate that. Dirk says, I don't know, but that Max Christie deal is crazy. Man, that's what we're going to break down this afternoon on the Lakerland show. Later on this afternoon, that's one of our topic of discussion. Salute to Dirk for that alley-oop. I want to talk about the Max Christie deal specifically because I feel like, bro, Max Christie, we don't know what the fuck we getting. I don't give a shit about no practice footage. I don't give a fuck about what's on paper. It's the eye. When it comes to these young niggas in the NBA, it's the eye test for me. I got to see something. And I'm not going to put blame on Max Christie because it wasn't his fault last year. This shit was Darvin Ham. Darvin Ham had his hands all over a bunch of shit last year, and we don't know really what's to Max Christie, what's to Cam Reddish, what's to Jackson Hayes, what's to Gabe Vincent. We don't know really what's to these niggas. Vando as well. I know, availability, injuries, and some of that played a role last year, but I just feel like Darvin Ham mismanaged some of these guys so much last year. We don't know what the fuck these niggas are really going to be bringing to the table. In this deal that they gave Max Christie, I like Max Christie, but I haven't seen enough sample size to feel comfortable paying him like that. Especially with a Lakers team that's already guard heavy. When we get off of this live stream, when y'all get a chance, I want y'all to just go to NBA.com, go to ESPN.com, wherever y'all go to check out y'all statistics for the Lakers. Just look at the roster by position. Look how many fucking guards the Lakers have signed under contract. Look how many forwards the Lakers have signed under contract. It's a damn mess. It's a damn mess. And like I said before earlier in the show, questions that we had last season about some of these players should have been answered. And we still have the same fucking question. So it blows my mind. JP in the building. JP said the Lakers need a point guard. Y'all don't like D'Lo? A lot of people don't like D'Lo. And I get it because D'Lo shitted on us in the playoffs. When they count the most, D'Lo be coming up short. I can't defend D'Lo on that note. But my only question to y'all Lakers land when it comes to D'Angelo Russell coming up short, is it because of the Denver Nuggets? Is it the Denver Nuggets matchup? Is that the reason? Because D'Angelo was playing out of his mind last year. It seemed like those matchups versus Murray really come up short. And I don't know if it's D'Lo being a choke artist, if he's not that guy in March and in April, or if it's just the Denver matchup that has been kind of hindering him. If it's the Denver matchup, I'm not like a lot of other Laker fans. Some Laker fans feel like everything is evolved around the Denver Nuggets. Like now it's like they are in our head. Like Jokic is living rent-free in some Laker fans' head. It's like we feel like we have to now construct our team to beat the Denver Nuggets. And I feel like, fuck no. The Western Conference alone is getting way too competitive to just be focused on the Denver Nuggets. You got guys, teams like Sacramento, DeMarcus Sabonis. Anthony Davis in his career has never won a game versus DeMarcus Sabonis in the Sacramento Kings. So if the Lakers are going to be any successful this season, they can't be just focused on the Denver Nuggets and what Nikola Jokic and them boys got going on. You got Ja Morant coming back. You got Wemby, who now has a solidified point guard in Chris Paul. It's a lot of activity going on in the Western Conference. With the Lakers, Rui has to go. Maybe not off the team, But Rui Hachimura need to take his ass in that second unit. Because of the lack of firepower that the Lakers had, I said it yesterday, JJ Redick really need to consider bringing Rui Hachimura off the bench. He would be the best player in the second unit without a doubt, because right now, I'm going to be honest. I know he's a defensive liability, but Dalton Connect might got the biggest bag of skills offensively in the second unit. A fucking rookie. Who off the bench right now for the Lakers got a better bag or got a better game really than Dalton Connect's upside? Not Gabe Vincent. I don't know what the hell going on with Gabe Vincent. I'm starting to feel like what we saw in Miami was a one-hit wonder. I don't know what's up with Gabe Vincent. I don't know what's to him. Cam Reddish, pretty decent defender. He don't have the offensive skill set that Dalton Connect has. Jared Vanderbilt can't stay healthy. Christian Wood. I mean, Christian Wood is a pretty diverse. He was playing a lot of 3-and-D last season, but it seemed like Dalton Connect could be like raw, the best player in the second unit. That's not a recipe for success for these damn Lakers. So take Rui goofy ass and bring Rui off of the bench and let Rui do his thing. I think Rui will make a killing coming off of the bench in that second unit. Dalton Connect being better than Austin Reeves, we could debate that. I would just start Austin Reeves for the simple fact of the experience. I feel more comfortable with Dalton Connect, with Austin Reeves. But I anticipate Dalton Connect to get a lot of time. I think he can fill the void of Taurean Prince within a month. I'll give Dalton Connect 1 month in real time, and he will be able to take Prince's spot. We won't miss Prince at all. I don't miss him now. Start Vando. Could be a possibility. I'm not mad at Vando, but who would you rather start if you're going to sit down Austin Reeves, for example? Because you can't sit down Rui and bring in Vando and still have D'Lo and Austin Reeves in the backcourt. There's two things that need to happen with the Lakers starting five, y'all. The D'Lo Austin Reeves experiment, that shit is done. Too much of a defensive liability. They can't sit in front of nobody. That's a done deal. I don't know how long we're going to keep playing that, but that has to change. I'm not saying that they have to trade D'Lo, they have to trade Austin, but it doesn't work together starting. So that has to change. And because our roster is so weak, Rui, I don't feel like can start no more. And then he got this phantom injury that happened in the Olympics. I don't know if Rui is really hurt. I don't know if they did that. I don't really know what's to Rui Hachimura, but Vando, I think Vando is good defender, good size. He can play the perimeter offensively and defensively, but it's that availability, bro. If y'all are fans of the NBA, y'all know what the fuck it is. Availability is the best ability to have. It don't matter what the papers say. If you ain't out on a basketball court to prove it, it don't matter. And Vando, I need dude to stay healthy. It's he like AD Jr. I don't know, man. I really don't. But I wouldn't be so upset if they were to start Vando. But what about Cam Reddish? Why not start Cam Reddish? If y'all remember last year, and I hate to give Darvin Ham credit. I don't really want to give Darvin Ham credit for this, but remember when he benched Austin Reeves last year, Cam Reddish came in, replaced Austin Reeves at the 2 guard, and the Lakers went up to a top 10 defense. And the Lakers definitely need defense. So would y'all be willing to maybe bring Cam Reddish into the starting lineup? Is he that poor offensively that you don't want to have him starting? Because that's a lot of minutes he's going to have. I don't really know if I want to put that responsibility on him. But that that Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell connection, that shit ain't about nothing. Rich, I think you're right, bro. We're going to have to trade. This roster that we have is not going to be the roster that we end up with. Who goes and where do they go? Like, that's always going to be a question. Rich brings up Vando or Cam Reddish. Very interesting point. But we also got this whole D'Lo situation. You know what I'm saying? And we still don't have a big man. We still have a coaching staff that's brand new. No experience at the head coaching for JJ Redick. And like I said yesterday, the last thing JJ Redick need is that nigga LeBron James to be in his ear. Whatever bromance, whatever friendship that JJ Redick and LeBron James have, respectfully, that shit needs to stop. They need to do something different. They can't keep this shit going because LeBron cannot be influential in the decision making that JJ Redick is going to have, because JJ Redick got tons of challenges this season alone. This ain't no make or break year for JJ Redick. I don't believe that they would get rid of JJ Redick in the first season unless the Lakers started like 5-20 or some shit like that. But JJ Redick got a lot of different things to deal with. He cannot afford to have LeBron James in his ear trying to play the general manager when he ain't that, trying to be an assistant coach when he ain't that. I need LeBron James to stay in his fucking lane this season. If you're going to be any type of coach, be an extension on the floor to JJ Redick. You know, that is the responsibility of the point guard. But, you know, I'll give that to LeBron. That's the extent of it. Let JJ Redick do him. Win or lose. Because JJ might be here when LeBron is gone. So that's what we need to be focused on. Elijah in the building say, what center would I trade for? The only one, I like DeAndre Ayton. People laugh at me when I say that shit. I like DeAndre Ayton from Portland. When he left Phoenix, I low-key was hoping that we could afford him, but I knew we couldn't. I like DeAndre Ayton. Elijah, I'm going to keep it real. I like, what's his name from Cleveland? Jared Allen. I like Jared Allen. I'm not in love with Jared Allen, but I like Jared Allen. Elijah, I'm just pressed, bro, for somebody to play the spot. I don't need an all-star center. I don't need an Embiid. I don't need somebody to come and change life. I'm not looking for someone to be the second best player on the Lakers and be a center. I don't need that. I just need someone to fill that void so Anthony Davis can get back to his true spot. So LeBron can get back to his true spot. Then we can play basketball. That's really all I'm asking for. My brother Magnum said trade some chicken nuggets for Ayton, a 4-piece or a 6-piece. I don't know if DeAndre Ayton is worth a 20-piece. I'm going to keep it real. I would have to talk to the bosses. If DeAndre Ayton is worth a 20-piece, I think some of y'all may need to be drug tested. I'm not going to lie.
You smoke crack, don't you? You smoke crack, don't you?
But yeah, those are some of the big men that come to mind when I think about guys. What's his name? Cam Johnson, the young boy that played for the Brooklyn Nets. There was talks about him coming to the Lakers, you know, but I feel like, bro, depending on what you're going to have to give up to get some of these guys that we talking about, why not just try to develop Jackson Hayes? I like Jackson Hayes. It seemed like people ain't really fucking with Jackson Hayes like that. We talked about Jackson yesterday on the show, but I like Jackson Hayes. He's not really impactful offensively, but somebody that I feel like could grow into being something. Throw his ass out there in the fire at the 5. He looked pretty well to me last year when Christian Wood went down. So he might need to be, Ty, you might be right, bro. Jackson might be too light. He might need to get some balls. He might need to go a little bit harder in the paint. But I think that stuff could be, if you have the heart to do it, it can happen. You can work on being tougher. If you ain't got no heart to do it, it ain't gonna happen. If you got the heart, that could improve. But I don't know. Christian Wood. My only problem, Rich, with Christian Wood, really, and Christian Wood said he is coming back with a vengeance. Y'all know that court case that he had when it came to the custody with his kids and all that stuff. That's done deal. So he got custody of his kids. So Christian Wood should be very focused now more than ever. I just don't know. We didn't get to see what Christian Wood really brings to the Lakers. Darvin Ham did a poor job of coaching this kid when he was out there, making him a 3-and-D player for the duration of his of all the time he played in the Lakers uniform. Yeah, Christian Wood can play that 3-and-D position, but that's not what he should be. That shouldn't be his role. And I feel like Darvin Ham did a very poor job of mismanaging this kid last season when we was able to get him on the basketball court. Skill set wise, Christian Wood can shoot the 3. He's really good. Christian Wood is really good. I really, the first time I saw him, fellas, was it Dallas, the Mavericks with Luka? He was going off. He was going off. OG in the building. LeBron shot his best percent from 3 last. We look, and that's what I'm saying. When you look at it, I know we upset that Rob Pelinka didn't really make any moves over the summer. But when you recap last year, bro, you got OG just put it out there how LeBron shot his best percentage from 3 last year. What we always complain about with Anthony Davis, his availability, right? Last year, Anthony Davis played 73 games, if I'm not mistaken, the most in his career. So, it's only 1 year, but Anthony Davis silenced the naysayers when we talked about his availability. That was one of the biggest critiques we've always had on him. What else happened last year? You look at D'Angelo Russell. Look at D'Lo. Remember, D'Lo name was in trade rumors last year. D'Lo turned it the fuck up when his name got put in trade rumors. So, we got that to kind of gauge. I just feel like, bro, it's hard to go off of what we had last year because of who we had at the coach. And people get at me crazy because they say I put all the blame on Darvin Ham. You're right. I do. And to me, it's warranted. When it comes to being a coach that you might want to play for, a guy that has guts, stuff like that, a guy that might can say the right things, I got that vibe from Darvin Ham. But when it come down to the X's and O's, the adjustments, the lineups, the rotations, the things that the fucking Lakers needed to have last season, he was horrific. He was a terrorist. Darvin Ham was the worst. And he had to go. I do anticipate Christian Wood, like OG said, to have a good year this season. In the battle of the big man between him and Jackson Hayes, I'm still undecided on who I feel like should get more minutes at the center position, Christian or Jackson Hayes. Because I feel like they both bring a little bit of something different. I don't know what the consistency is like. We ain't seen nothing. Guys like Gabe Vincent, what the fuck is Gabe Vincent doing for the Lakers? Really? He was going crazy in Miami. We just knew we had something special bringing in Gabe Vincent last year. How the fuck that work out for us? Nasty work, bro. Nasty work. All right, Laker Land, I am officially signing off this morning. We will be back for a full Laker Land show this afternoon. Myself, Hank, and BA, we will be tapped in. I'm not sure exactly what time we'll be doing the podcast. So if you guys are subscribed to the Laker Land platform, make sure your notifications are on so you guys can stay in the loop of today's show. One more reminder at the top of the live chat, click the link in our live chat so y'all guys can join our Lakers Land Discord. We got so many unfiltered, raw uninterrupted debates going down in our Discord as we get in preparation for this upcoming season. Bruno in the building. Braun, I Gabe Vincent, I'm not feeling him at all, bro. I'm not. And he was hurt. I understand that. He was hurt, but he wasn't hurt all year. And when we saw him on the basketball court, were you comfortable? I know I wasn't. Every time Gabe Vincent's on the basketball court, I'm sitting at the edge of my seat. No stability. There's no stability. Then you got, I don't even want to get started with like Bronny James. Like, bro, the Lakers got a lot of work to do, bro. The Lakers got too much work to do. My dog EG is in the building. Shout out to EG Stein in the building. But, you know, I will say, Rich, at the end of the day, Gabe Vincent included, at least for the first quarter of this season, I'm giving all niggas in Laker uniforms a pass. Darvin Ham fucked this shit up so much last season in my eyes. We got to give these niggas time to identify themselves as who they are. Now, the Lakers cannot afford to pace themselves or no shit like that. They really need to win now. Like early games, they ain't got time to play. And by LeBron and AD and even Rui playing over in Paris in the Olympics over the summer, I don't know how much gas them guys is going to have in the tank for the start of the season. But the Lakers cannot afford to be losing games that they should be winning. Like, you know, always have. They can't afford to pace themselves. They need to go hard starting this season off. But I am going to give damn near everybody on the roster a pass because I don't really know what's to these niggas. Darvin Ham didn't do no justice with a lot of these guys. Max Christie, Cam Reddish, Christian Wood. You know, I have to allow, and JJ Redick, he doesn't have any coaching experience, but I just feel like he's so outside the box. He's so creative minded, and he's an offensive guy. It's going to be make or break. It's going to be make or break for not only him as a coach, but, you know, for these guys that are currently on the roster. But I'm willing to wipe the slate and not hold them so much accountable for what I did see last year. So, Rich, I will give Gabe a little bit of leeway, but I don't know. And me too. I'm feeling like you, bro. Gabe, I was so disappointed. And maybe my expectation was too high from him coming to Miami. Niggas made me feel like he was going to be better than D'Lo. Like Gabe should be starting. I think we might even had a show where we talked about Gabe being a projected starter going into last season. And yeah, man, he just ain't that. He just ain't that. But I hope you guys have a happy Friday. We'll be at you guys with a full Lakerland show. Myself, BA, and Hank will be at you guys later on this afternoon. Hope you guys stay safe and all that shit, man. I am out of here. Smash that like button for us. Join our Discord. Link is in the live chat, and we will catch you guys later on this afternoon on the Lakerland show. Like, comment, and subscribe. Big up to everybody in the live chat for helping the stream go through. Y'all stay safe. Peace, everybody.